How's it going, everybody? Sporticus here, and today I'd like to talk about the latest episode of Sonic Boom that has released. Or maybe it was the second latest episode, depending on when I get this video out. But as I'm recording, it is the latest episode so far. This episode is called Alone Again, Unnaturally. And basically, it was this really weird parody of Back to the Future. And you guys may be like, wait, that was a parody to Back to the Future? What are you talking about, buddy? I'd like to bring up my points because I don't think anyone has pointed that out yet, that episode was a parody to Back to the Future, and I'm seeing a lot of similarities between that episode of Sonic Boom and Back to the Future. So, without further ado, let's get into these points. The first thing I'd like to point out is the basic plot. So basically, Tails invents something, and then that causes Sonic to go into this different plane of reality, and then they've got to get Sonic back to their normal plane of reality. And yeah, basically, in Back to the Future, Doc Brown creates the time machine, and then Marty travels to the past, and boom, he has to get back. But of course, there are a lot of story plots where a main character gets lost, and they've got to get back to wherever they came from. So let's dive a little bit deeper into this. At the start of the episode, there's like a little jingle. You hear, that was a very terrible impression of it, but I'll let you hear it.
Whoa. What happened? I haven't felt this horrible since I accidentally saw Comedy Chimp's swimsuit calendar.
And you hear that jingle in Back to the Future. They're very similar jingles. Here's a clip of the Back to the Future jingle. See, there are the similarities already, right there, at the beginning of the episode. This is the first thing you hear. The next thing I'd like to talk about is the Amy and Sonic thing. There was hinting in this episode that Sonic liked Amy. So basically, Sonic is by himself in this second plane of reality, where basically everything is there except for people. And I'm kind of wondering why there isn't, like, floating clothes everywhere. So basically, Sonic goes over to Tails' workshop to, find Tails. And then he just assumes that Tails could be with Amy, and then he's like,
I guess it's my own fault. You snooze, you lose. Tails? Amy? Whew, they're not here. I mean, oh no, they're not here!
Which could be a nod to the weird subplot in Back to the Future, where Marty, Marty's mom falls for Marty for some reason. And since Tails is like Sonic's little brother, Tails could be representing Marty, Sonic could be Marty's dad, and Amy could be Marty's mom. I don't know, but you can see that Sonic and Amy was supposed to be kind of a thing, because, they did hint at it in Season 1 and, stuff like that. But then Sonic just assumes that Tails has gone for Amy, and it's a similarity. Another thing I'd like to point out is that Sonic doesn't know how he got into this plane of reality and what happened, but us, the viewers, are actually partially is the key word here, partially shown this through a recorded video. So basically in this recorded video, Tails is experimenting on many different ways to increase Sonic's speed level. And although they didn't videotape the final test that caused Sonic to come into this reality, they did record all the other previous tests with different ideas and all that. And that's similar to Back to the Future when Marty travels to the past. He goes, finds Doc Brown, and then shows him the video that proves that Doc Brown would create time travel in the future. And basically, Tails creates a speed amplifier, which could be the Sonic Boom version of the DeLorean. And Tails also says that the speed amplifier uses blast processing, which is a really cool reference to how the Sega Genesis used blast processing. And I love how Styx calls it out for being like this way to get people to buy the thing, which is basically what Sega was doing at the time. They were saying, oh, our Sega Genesis has blast processing because it did, and that's what made the system faster. But enough about Genesis references, we're talking about Back to the Future here. And the blast processing could be the Sonic Boom equivalent or parody to gigawatts, or as Doc Brown pronounced it, as gigawatts! But, you know, that's just speculation, and I'm just seeing those connections.
Do it!
So as you can see, as Sonic travels through the different planes of existence, he leaves a fiery trail behind him, which is basically what the DeLorean does in Back to the Future. I don't think I need to go into detail there. And there's also this cause and effect thing going on in the episode, where Sonic wants to see Eggman, because maybe Eggman kidnapped all the villagers. So he breaks into his base and starts messing up his stuff. Basically, he's causing a problem in the plane of reality Sonic's in, but that also affects the normal plane of reality where everyone else is in. Well, it's like Back to the Future, where you change the past and it'll affect the future.
You brought this upon yourself, Egghead!
Get a hold of yourself, Eggman. You're a man of science.
They also did this thing where Tails tries to communicate with Sonic, and then you could see they're kind of like a fadey hologram kind of thing. And that's kind of like in Back to the Future, where Marty starts to disappear because his mum is not going for, you know, Marty's dad, so he's not going to exist. So there's kind of like this fading people kind of trendy thing. I don't know. Anyways, on to our next point. So basically, in Back to the Future, that Marty tries to set his dad up with his mum, and trouble happens when Biff, or whatever his name is, he starts attacking, and that's basically what happens with Eggman. Tails is trying to get Sonic back to their plane of reality, and he's connected with Sonic through the machine remote control thingamabob. But then Eggman starts attacking, which completely destroys the signal. But fortunately, Tails was able to save the day at the end, and so was Marty's dad.
I know how to get you back, but you'll need my control panel to exist on the same plane as you. Coming in after you.
But here's one of the biggest clues in the episode. During one scene, there is actually kind of this Back to the Future kind of remake. Basically, Sonic Boom has their own version of the Back to the Future theme, and it played during the episode. So here's the clip of the Sonic Boom scene, and here is the Back to the Future music. Now, I think it's copyrighted, so I have to play as little of the music as possible.
Did you miss me?
So, I can see some similarities. I hope you guys can see some similarities. But here's the final point, and it's not that big of a point. These points are ordered in appearance of the episode, by the way. They're not like from smallest to biggest point, or biggest kind of proof. So, this one's not that big of a point, but when traveling through the different phases of reality, you start hearing little small sparkling popping sounds, which is basically what the DeLorean does in Back to the Future as well. So, here's the Sonic Boom scene. You can hear the popping sounds there, and here is the Back to the Future scene. And also, I guess the DeLorean kind of has this boost Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Colors, like, it kind of has this Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Generations boost effect, but it's purple. And same thing in Sonic Boom, because in Sonic Boom, they don't have that boost effect, they have the trail leading behind them. So I guess they added in that little boost thing at the front of Sonic as a reference to the Back to the Future boost thing. I guess I'll call it a boost because this is a Sonic channel after all, but it'd be nice if someone actually gave me the correct term for that.
I can't believe you disintegrated Sonic. Not cool, Tails.
He must know something we don't know! Calm down, you guys. I know what happened. The blast processing in my ultrasonic speed amplifier caused his molecules to vibrate so fast that he went on a phase with our plane of existence.
Ah, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, Doc, you disintegrated Einstein.
Calm down, Marty. I didn't disintegrate anything. The molecular structure of both Einstein and the car are completely intact.
Where the hell are they?
The appropriate question is, when the hell are they? You see, Einstein has just become the world's first time traveler. I sent him into the future.
Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Please give this video a like if you agree that this episode was a parody to Back to the Future, because I really strongly think it was. And maybe if you picked something up that I didn't in the episode, leave it down in the comments below. Subscribe if you think this video is awesome, because it probably is. What am I doing with my life?